Hey guys, long time no see, and yes, I'm back in my room filming videos again. This feels a little surreal and I apologize for the angle. This is just where I felt most comfortable filming as I start to slowly get back to my hobbies and interests that I enjoy and haven't been able to for the past few months. So I apologize for the lighting in this room at this angle. But I wanted to be able to sit on my bed and film that way, so that's why it's not quite at the angle you're normally used to when I do film in my room. But I wanted to film a video, and I know I did say on my post that I was going to come back at the end of January. I thought I would bring it forward a little bit and film a couple of videos that I have been wanting to film. One of them is an overdue DVD Blu-ray update, because I never ended up filming that video, but I wanted to be able to chat and go through the items that I picked up, so that's why I didn't do it like I'd done my Christmas haul and my book haul. But yeah, so I'm back, or starting to come back, and yeah, so I'm also wanted to announce that Tracy Goes to the Movies will be back on the 5th of February, I'm hoping. Because that's when the new Jason Statham movie comes out. It's the day after my birthday, and yeah, I thought that would be a fitting return to going back to the movies. It'll probably just be the movies for the first little while, just as I start building up more endurance and stamina, and I can walk a bit more, because the Chinese place that I go to is 2 blocks from my cinema, which normally would be an alright walk, but as after dislocating my kneecap and getting that healed and getting like my balance, my endurance, my strength back up, it's taken a bit longer, so that it'll probably just be a video of me like going to the movies, showing a few clips, and then coming back and talking about it. So that's what I'm hoping for anyway. So but thank you for bearing with me as I made all these changes with my channel and gone through this massive life update. But I'm hoping to be back now and posting regular videos. So to start with, I'm going to be doing an overdue DVD Blu-ray haul. So this is everything that I got at the end of last year, from October to December. Some of these you may have seen if you watched my What's in the Box unboxing video that I did, but there's a few things in here that I haven't shown yet. So starting off with the DVDs. I did end up getting 4 DVDs. So one of them is a TV show. I don't really collect TV shows anymore, but there's a couple that I would still like to try and get the physical like media copies of if I can, and that one, best one I have, is NCIS. I still love NCIS. I still watch it. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it once Mark Harmon left, but I actually really do enjoy Gary Cole as Parker, so I'm still watching the original NCIS. So, and I picked up season 21. I waited for this one because I wanted to get it for a good price, because it's only 10 episodes, because this came out it was like after the writer's strike, so like the writers and actors strike, so I didn't want to pay a huge amount of money for something that only has 10 episodes in it. So that's why it took so long to get season 21, but I now have that one. And then the movies that I picked up, the first one is The Holiday. I watched this for the first time 2 years ago and I loved it, and I rewatched it again this past Christmas. Still love it, so I needed to add it to my Christmas collection. So, and I was fine with just having the DVD, because I'm not really that picky anymore about format. As long as I have the physical media, I'm happy. So I have The Holiday. I also have this one. I would normally have probably tried to get the Blu-ray because it came out a couple of years ago. But honestly, I have the first one on DVD. I'm fine with the second one on DVD. And that is Beetlejuice. I haven't seen this since I saw it at the cinema, but I'm hoping to try and get to it at some point this year. I may end up including it in my 31 Days of Horror for this year. So yeah, so I have Beetlejuice. And then I also have Lisa Frankenstein. As far as I'm aware, this never got a Blu-ray release here in Australia, but the DVD was part of like a 2 for $20 deal, so I thought, and it was like 30% off, I think, was the final deal, and I went, you know what, that's good enough for me, and I did really enjoy this movie as well. So Lisa Frankenstein, and then starting off with the first lot of Blu-rays that I have, I got Ballerina, which I saw at the cinema last year. I was able to get to because, yeah, I haven't obviously been to the cinema in like 3 months, and I miss it. So I did see this one. I think this was in June, if memory serves. So it was like a while ago, but I did really enjoy it when I watched it, and I wanted to add it for my John Wick collection as well. So Ballerina. And then I also got the first of the 3 MCU movies that we got last year. Fantastic Four, First Steps. Disney no longer releases physical media in Australia. I have mentioned this a few times in the past. So I have to import, if I want the Marvel movies, and this is a franchise I still like to collect on physical media. So I do have to import them from overseas. So, yeah. But I did actually quite like Fantastic Four. Not my favourite of the MCU movies we got, but it was something that I still wanted to add to the collection. So, and I'm definitely super hyped for Avengers Doomsday this year. So, there you go, Fantastic Four. Then I also have Five Nights at Freddy's. I did get this with some... For some reason, I thought I'd be well enough to go to the movies last month, and that was very wishful thinking on my behalf, because I wanted to see Five Nights at Freddy 2 at the cinema, but that never happened. So, and I am waiting for it to go down in price on at Amazon to get it for a decent rental, because I don't like to rent movies unless it's like under $10. So yeah, it's still a little bit pricey for me at the moment, so, but I do want to see it, because I did actually quite like this one when I watched it a few years ago, so I wanted to have it in my horror collection. And then I got Jurassic World Rebirth. I absolutely loved this movie when I saw it at the cinema. I had so much fun, and honestly, it's up there in, like, as among the best Jurassic Park / World movies. I don't know if I would rate this higher than Jurassic World. I mean, obviously Jurassic Park, nothing can top that one. But I don't know if I would have this higher than Jurassic World, or if it would be like Jurassic World, then Jurassic World Rebirth. But I absolutely loved this. It was, yeah, so much fun. I loved the characters, and yeah, I had a great time with it. So, Jurassic World Rebirth. And then... this one, I kind of forgot that I actually watched the first one, and I was going through my list of movies, I think, because I've been trying to work through my top 10 lists for previous years, because that is a video series I would eventually like to do, especially in the lead up to my 40th birthday next year. But yeah, I'm slowly compiling lists of every movie that I've seen in the last 40 years, and I forgot I watched the first one, and then I went, oh, I don't have the third one. So I went ahead and got Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3. I really need to make it a priority this year to catch up on all my DC animated movies, because when I went through my huge like Batman comic phase a few years ago, I was getting all the DC animators, and I haven't watched most of them. So, I mean, not really a surprise if you've watched me for a while, but this was... yeah, something I was like, you know what, I'm going to get Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3, and then I can watch the whole thing now, so that's I'm only familiar with this storyline from when the Flurryverse did it for their crossover event, so that's the only knowledge I have of it, so yeah, so I did like the first part, I just, yeah, never got around to parts 2 or 3, so I have that one. And then I did see this at the cinema at the end of 24, and that is Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. I think that's how you pronounce it. I did actually enjoy this. It was nice being back in the world of Middle-earth, and yeah, I've just been enjoying my Lord of the Rings content, because I have recently watched Rings of Power. Like, I'm caught up on Rings of Power now, and I believe they're doing... there's a new Lord of the Rings movie coming. It's a live action one. That's next year, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I have heard reports there's a new one coming. So, but yes, you know, I'll take anything Lord of the Rings I can get. So I did want to add this one to my physical media collection. And then next one up is, I did see the sequel at the cinema. I didn't own the first one, and that is Megan. I did enjoy both films. I did prefer this one. I liked that this one was a bit more horror-esque than the and that one, but the second one was fine too. It was, yeah, just obviously it went in a bit of a different direction, and I did enjoy watching it at the cinema. So, but yeah, I wanted to get the first. I will eventually get the second one, but yeah, I wanted the first one in my horror collection. So, and speaking of horrors that I haven't seen, and I actually forgot I ordered this, The Others, I've never seen it, and yeah, I've heard things about it. So, I mean, more positive than negative, but I did decide to go ahead and pick it up. But yeah, at some point I do need to watch this movie, so hopefully this year. And then I watched this one when it came out to the cinema a couple of years ago. Very random choice, but I'm always up for a cheesy Christmas movie, and it was a cheesy Christmas action movie with The Rock. So, Red One. I enjoyed it. Yes, it knew what it was, and I had a blast watching it. I didn't get to rewatch it this past year. I think all the movie watching that I was doing while I was off with my injury, I kind of went into a bit of a movie watching slump, so I'm slowly starting to get out of that, but I did want to get Red One for my collection. Hopefully I can watch it this year, so there you go. Sorry for the huge glare with all these in the window is like right opposite me, so that's why it's a bit glary. So, and then possibly one of the most controversial pickups that I made, but I watched the movie and I absolutely loved it. And yes, it's probably because I have questionable taste in movies. I got Snow White. I know, the movie that everyone hated on it earlier this last year. I keep saying we're in 2026 now. Last year. What can I say? I had a great time watching it, and I love the songs, and I've had Hi Ho on repeat basically for the past few months, so I wanted to add it to my Disney collection. So yeah, so that's Snow White, and it was also in my top 10 movies of last year, so I will eventually be doing that, as I said, but I'm trying to compile a list of films that I haven't seen, and yeah, that's sort of like my goal for this year. And also because I'm playing catch up with a lot of 2025 releases, so my list isn't accurate, but hopefully at some point I will do the 2025 movie favorites, and I still need to do the 2024 ones because I've been saying that for the past year. So yeah, who knows when these videos will come out, but I did get Snow White. I loved it. Sue me. And then another favourite from last year, which I was not expecting, and Superman. I had a blast watching this at the cinema. I'm not, out of the like DC superheroes, Superman isn't really my favourite. I'm a Batman girly, but I had such a blast with this movie. I loved the direction they took in this. It was like, I loved the actually both the actor, who is he? David Corenswet. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, sorry. And Rachel Brosnahan, the Lois. She was amazing in this as well. I really loved the two of them together. And yeah, this was just from start to finish. I loved Crypto. I loved the Justice Gang. Yeah, it was fun having Nathan Fillion be the Green Lantern, and I loved Mr. Terrific. He was probably my favourite out of the supporting characters, but yeah, I love this one, and I'm definitely excited for Supergirl later this year, so that is Superman. And then my favourite of the MCU movies that came out last year, Thunderbolts. And again, this is another of my overall favourites of last year. I had, again, such a blast watching this. It was such a roller coaster of emotions, and yeah, I wasn't expecting an accurate representation of what my mental health looks like in a Marvel movie, but I really appreciated, like like how much they put into this film. Like, it wasn't just all action. There was a lot of emotional depths, and yeah, I loved all the characters, and Bob is a precious cinnamon bun, and if anything happens to him, yeah, I riot, because, yeah, he's my favourite character. Yeah, I just love Bob, so, yeah, I love Thunderbolts, and I'm really sad this didn't do as well at the box office, because apparently it was a bit of a flop, so I don't know if we'll get anything else out of these. Like, so I know they'll be back for Doomsday, but I don't know if there's going to be anything else, which it would be a shame, because I really loved this team dynamic. It was great. So, Thunderbolts. And then the last stack, if I can just get them here, I ended up getting this movie because it was a good price on Amazon, and I haven't seen it, and it's a John Carpenter horror film that I haven't watched, and that is Vampires. I don't really know anything about this one, so again, hopefully I will be checking it out sometime this year. So, Vampires, and then we sort of move into like box sets and special editions. So, first one that I have is the Anaconda 1 to 4 Blu-ray set. I did want to go see Anaconda on the big screen, but I don't think I'm going to get there before I think it's going to stop playing in my local cinema, so I'm probably not going to get to see it, so I'll just have to wait for it to drop on Amazon. I will probably just buy that digitally just to watch it, because it's sort of one of the ones out of all the end of year ones, like these type of movies. Anaconda was one I wanted to see, but I've only seen the first one out of this. I haven't seen any of the sequels, because this has Anaconda 1 through 4, but at some point I do want to check them out. And then I got the Paddington 3 film collection. I've only watched Paddington for the first time in the last couple of years. I absolutely love the Paddington films. The second one is my favourite, but I love the first one, and I also really enjoyed Paddington in Peru, so I wanted to own these physically. And then this was also a good price on Amazon. I got the Philadelphia Story. Can't really go wrong with the cast. Cary Grant, Katharine Hepburn, and James Stewart. I've never seen it, so there we go. And then I have 2 steelbooks. The first one I have is the latest Doctor Who season, Series 15. I have very mixed opinions on Series 15 and how it ended. Sorry, I call it Series 15. I know it's like Season 2, but I hate that. I refuse to call it that, so it's Series 15. There were parts I liked, parts I didn't. I did not like the ending. I'm sorry. I'm still curious to see how a certain actress's return is going to play into it, but yeah, I was a bit disappointed with it. I was vibing with the finale up until that whole third act, and then it just went off the rails for me. But I still wanted to have a physical copy, especially since Disney is no longer doing the licensing distribution in Australia, and just in case they decided to take the episodes off Disney Plus, I wanted to have them in my collection, because I'm still on the First Doctor. I did start a rewatch a couple of years ago, and I'm still on the First Doctor, so... But I did get the steelbook, because it was a good price on eBay, so... And then the last one that I have is also a steelbook, and it's one... I rewatched the movie, I found it on streaming, and I was like, why don't I have this in my collection, because this is an amazing movie. Corpse Bride. And especially when it was... I found out there was a steelbook of it, I went, I need to have this in my collection. So, yeah. Love this movie, and yeah, I rewatched it, and I went, I need to rewatch this more often, so I have The Corpse Bride. And that is everything that I got in the last few months of last year. Not too bad, considering I have been known to go completely insane with the buying, in recent years, but basically I am trying to be good about my buying habits in 2026 and actually watch the movies and TV shows that I have, which, you know, I have a lot of them. So, so I'm hoping to refrain from buying until like the end of the year and then just take advantage of all the sales and stuff. So that's my plan. We'll see if I stick to it. Thank you guys for watching, and until my next video, I will see you guys next time. Bye.